What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everyone doing? I know everyone is having a legendary week. Woo, baby. Fired up, fired up, fired up to talk about another Niner dub 2 and oh. I love it when there's an O at the end of our record. Beautiful, beautiful thing. We might have went ahead and jumped the gun a little bit early with the countdown. We have a special guest on today's show that is doing us all a huge favor while Jason is out on assignment. But before we get started with that and breaking down this Niners dub, we want to remind everybody that you could save 10% right now by using the promo code Victory Monday. You feel me? Hey. And save 10% on off of all Niner Faithful Radio or for the Faithful by the Faithful t-shirts available at ninerfaithfulradio.com/shop. You can also wait to the end of the show to get a special promo code for this week because that Victory Monday expires today. Get officially licensed gear by using our affiliate link. You save 10%. Oh, wait. We got comments. Oh, Jason, what's up? Oh, say the truth. Yeah, you're out on assignment. That's the truth. See, y'all distracted me. There, we got that one. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio. You can save on all theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. That website again is SeatGiant.com. Promo code Niner Faithful Radio. Get your officially licensed gear by using our affiliate link available in the description of this podcast and video. You can save 10%. Also help out the show, and you see the link scrolling across the screen if you're watching on video. Go to ninerfaithfulradio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can subscribe to this show. And also follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and on Twitter at Niner Faithful R. What's up, Victor? How you doing? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our special guest, fresh from retirement on air, Jaymie. How you doing today, love?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. You
Awesome.
coming in legendary. So you know what, Jason? If you want to go ahead and you want to tell the people why you're out and everything, you can go ahead and do that. Let me see, what did Jason comment? Jason commented, "What's up, Victor?" So Jason's on assignment right now, but so before we get started, a little bit of housekeeping here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a lot of notes together, but the Niners have signed running back Jarquez Patrick and released cornerback D Virgin. Let's see, Jarquez. Yeah, okay, I pronounced it right. He was signed from the Bengals practice squad. It was originally entered the NFL with the Bengals signing on April 17, 2020. He spent their entire year on the team's practice squad and then was released August 31st. He appeared in 5 games with the XFL's Tampa Bay Vipers, which he registered 60 carries for 254 yards and 2 touchdowns. Obviously, I think that we'll go ahead and we'll jump in from there. Let's see, we got comments. Wow, the comments are flooding in today. Let's see. Oh, hey, Jaymie. Yeah.
Hey, Jason.
Oh, I've been exposed in quarantine. This guy. Um, so yeah, so Jason's been exposed and has to be on quarantine. But anyway, so I want to open up with this week's show by giving a big apology to Trey Sermon because I ripped him a new asshole. Um, and then after watching the replay, it was funny because I went outside and smoked a cigarette because I literally remember when Jermichael Hasty came in, I was like, all right, bro, like literally the snap before he fumbled, I was like,
Mhm.
bro, you can't. I said, all right, that's all you need to do, just hold on to the ball. And like I
Mhm.
literally remember he fumbled the ball, I went ape shit. And then so when Trey Sermon came in and he fumbled the ball, I went ape shit as well. So I went outside to have a cigarette, and then I remember seeing the hit, and I'm like, bro, that's helmet to helmet. And they pretty much
Yeah.
they elbowed the back of his neck,
Yeah. It
and
was bad.
yeah, it was. So then I want to apologize to Trey Sermon. I mean, you get hit like that. Basically, he got hit 3 times. He got hit in the neck, and then got hit on each side of his head. You're gonna probably cough up the ball up too, if
Mhm.
you get, and then face plant into the grass.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so he is definitely in concussion protocol, and I don't want to speculate. I'm no doctor, but yeah, it's not looking good for this week. I wouldn't think. Um, so immediately, so I thought I wanted to definitely open up the show this week with that, but initial takeaways from the game. Yeah, um, I
Yeah.
mean, thank God for our D. Um, it
The,
was. Go ahead.
like the deep. So for context, I got to watch the first half of the game before work, and then I watched the rest later. Um, that first half offensively, until that touchdown near the end, was rough. It was not what I was hoping for.
No,
It's so crazy to me that our defense, like since like it's been rebuilt for the most part, has been pretty stable. We've not like we've had a little bit of drop off, but for the most part, they've always been really good. Our offense like is hit or miss each week. It's very weird. Um, to me at least, I don't understand. Um, but yeah, offensively, I don't know what we got to do, but like I was disappointed offensively to be honest, especially in that first half. There's a couple of
well,
good
I
plays
think
that they
that,
did, but yeah.
no,
Go
I
ahead.
think that Hargraves was offsides that first play, and so this
Mhm.
is the first time in the Shanahan era that they went three straight 3-and-outs.
Mhm.
And it's the first time since 2016, Week 10. I believe that was Cap's first start, or at least his start in Buffalo. I want to say, where we had gone the entire first quarter without a first down. I think
Mhm.
that in hindsight, if you look at that initial first drive, Hargrave is offsides. Um, you know, which wasn't called. But
Mhm.
one of my keys to the game or keys to victory. I don't believe it was Friday or Sunday. Um, I straight up said we can't get behind the chains because the effect that we all hope the faithful have this coming up Sunday night. Against the Whackers, where it's third and long. It's a passing situation. The edge the D line can get the jump and everything like that. That first drive, I believe that's exactly what we saw. I mean, you're already literally the first snap of the game. You're literally behind the sticks because you're in second and 14.
Mhm.
Jimmy looked rattled, and
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. Before that last drive, I was wondering. I was like, are we gonna see Trey in the second half? I was wondering. And everything like that. I think ultimately the reason why we didn't put Trey in is ultimately why I think that why Jimmy? Let's be real. Why Jimmy's the starter? Because Trey could have missed those throws. Well, really that first, if you take away the D line and the defense we're playing and all that, we could have got that
Mm-hmm.
from Trey Lance. That first half, especially that first quarter, we could have got that from Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
ultimately, why I think Jimmy and why Shanahan didn't pull Jimmy is ultimately why I think he's the starting quarterback, which is resiliency.
Yeah.
Ultimately because see, this is yeah, you saw ultimately why Jimmy Garoppolo eventually will be replaced by Trey Lance, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
this season, next year, whenever that happens to be. Yeah, you saw that. Ultimately,
Yeah.
yes. Why? But
Yeah.
ultimately, I said I think why Jimmy Garoppolo is still on the same team. I don't think Trey Lance comes out with this victory. I don't.
That's definitely
Um,
possible.
and that's not saying that he can't. And that's not saying that he can't. And that's not me being down on Trey Lance. That's not anything like that. That's just simply like that's a game that I don't think a rookie quarterback can win. I think you need a veteran quarterback that's been there
Yeah.
before, been there, done that. And so I want to say thank God for our defense. And honestly, I think three things ultimately won us this game. And I think we can pretty much sum it up pretty easily right here. Um, Number one, the defense, especially that that sequence of stopping them on fourth down.
Mm-hmm.
When they pulled out the Philly special, the
Mm-hmm.
inexperience of the team and the coaching staff, and
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Graham tearing his Achilles. Well, I want to say it was what towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, he got. Yeah, it
Those
was.
I think
Yeah,
those
because
three
I
things.
he. Yeah, that was live when I watched it, so that had to be at the end of the first half. He got hurt.
Yeah, so I really legitimately think those three things ultimately led to a Niners victory. Um, Now, I want to say, a lot of podcasts are giving grades for how Jimmy played, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to give Jimmy a C. I think,
Yeah.
look, we cannot ignore that first half.
Mm-mm.
We cannot ignore that first half. We cannot think those are issues, and we cannot say, hey, look, Jimmy comes out and plays like that against Aaron Rodgers. I'm not as confident that we can come up with a victory this week.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Aaron Rodgers, you might legitimately be down 17, 20 nothing, 21
We
nothing
got lucky because we were playing
if you get
against a
off to that
rookie.
slow of a start. Let's be real. So, Jamie, your grade on Jimmy?
I would agree with a
Mhm.
C, like C minus C. Definitely, that first half was rough. I think that's like
Well, I
for
think we
me. I
lost
feel like
Jamie
that's
for a
been like
second.
one of
Oh,
his
okay.
good. Yeah, like I would definitely give him like a C minus C because that first half was rough. I don't think I've seen him
Yeah,
play
yeah, yeah.
that
You're good,
poorly in
love.
a
Go ahead.
while. Are we're good? I feel like we're delaying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're good. Um,
Okay.
Hold on. Let me. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I would give Jimmy a C. It was rough. Jason, I see your comment. Everybody was expecting a blowout, but Eagles D was legit. I agree with that. Um, they were a lot better than I was expecting, especially the Eagles defense. That rush was definitely part of a reason why Jimmy was rattled because they were definitely getting to him. And I agree with what TJ said earlier is that what are you gonna call it? Like Trey wouldn't have had the composure to be able to pull out that win because something that's underrated about Jimmy's game is like we always joke like when Jimmy throws an interception, he comes back and he plays like the best he can play, like he's up there. So like Jimmy has that resiliency in him in his game. Like he doesn't dwell too much on stuff that
Yeah.
happened in the Like I think that's an underrated part of Jimmy's game, and I think that's why he can win these kind of games for us because like he doesn't let that get to him too much. I'm sure it gets to him a little bit, but like he doesn't overtake him. So like yeah, I
Well,
don't know. The offensively was rough. I give him a C just because that first quarter was not good. It
yeah,
was not
no,
good for that final drive.
but ultimately it's a passing grade
Mm-hmm.
because this is look. I believe there's a lot of there's a divide between the empire.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, from ultimately, are quarterbacks a meaningless stat or are they not? Um, and this is to me why I think that okay, yeah, football is a team game. What I believe it's 24-8 now, or something. I forget what it is that Jimmy's just
I was
starting.
like 28-6 or something like
It's
that. I know
twenty
what
eight
you're
and
talking
six.
about.
It's something as our starting quarterback. Yeah, I think context needs to go into every single one of those games. Can you point to Tampa Bay and say because of Jimmy Garoppolo, we won against Tampa Bay? No, but can you point to the both games in Arizona and against
Yeah.
the Aints and say, hey, without Jimmy Garoppolo, can you? And so I think this is ultimately why I gave him the C2, and I agree with everything you said. And ultimately, what I think this is that I've seen quarterbacks play for this football team that would have found a way to lose that game.
Yeah.
You know, um, and so sure, okay, context needs to go into that record. You know, um, I do believe that, but you can't just completely discard it because there are some quarterbacks, and mainly let's be real, we both have said it. Trey Lance is probably one of them. They couldn't have won that game yesterday. So you can't ignore the fact of that, Jimmy's record as a Niners starting quarterback because of games like yesterday or the Steelers game. Another
Yeah.
example, which not necessarily, I don't think that was all necessarily Jimmy's fault, but it's just at the end of the day, the man finds a way to win football games.
Hmm.
You know, I, I
And
mostly, I
and I
mostly
think
point
Trey
to,
will get there. I
of
think Trey will
course,
get there. Just we gotta remember Trey hasn't played in a long time until he this year, until the preseasons. He's still like I don't I don't understand. Like, I'm excited for Trey. Like, I'm super excited, and I'm gonna be all hyped when he gets to come in. But I'm also cool just letting because I know what I'm getting in Jimmy, and Jimmy is good enough to win us football games, and that's where we need to get into the playoffs. Like, yeah, well, if Jimmy comes out and plays like this against Green Bay and against Seattle and against Arizona, then we'll
look,
have problems. I agree with that too because he can't play like how he played in that first half, like he will the next couple of weeks. But I don't know.
no,
Jimmy is I feel bad because he keeps getting like it's this weird thing with the fans right
but
now.
but
It's
but
very
I feel
strange.
that
Go ahead.
well, it's look, I listened to the Oh Hey There podcast today.
Mhm.
Javier Vega was very critical of Jimmy today.
Mhm.
Hold on, Jason went ahead and commented. Jimmy is frustrating as hell to watch. He can throw right between two. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's all
He
you
just
know,
has these
and
moments.
it's very
It's
easy. But ultimately, this is what Eagles defense is strong. Yes, I think let's be real. Um, let's not act like that Eagles D line wasn't legit.
it was.
Let's not act like they're definitely a better defense than the freaking Lions. You know, and no, Jimmy didn't play as great football, but to get mainly to your point, if Jimmy comes out and plays like this against Green Bay or the Seahawks or the Cardinals, um, Well, ultimately, I think that we're going to switch to Trey because ultimately, if Jimmy plays like this, I don't think I think we're losing those games
Mhm.
or losing at least two of them. So yeah, if you're
Mhm.
sitting at 2-3 going into the bye week, then yeah, okay, maybe it is time to put in Trey. But if you're sitting at 3-2, maybe even 3-2, depending on how Jimmy played, you know. But if you're sitting at 4-1, 5-0, I don't see how you switch to Trey. When when you're pointing to Jimmy Garoppolo, okay, so if we lost that game, could you say Jimmy Garoppolo was a factor in why we lose? Yes, you could have.
Mhm.
You could
Yeah.
say, hey, that first half just wasn't was too much to overcome.
Mhm.
And he did look bad. You know, but then can you say was Jimmy Garoppolo a contributing factor in the win? Yes, he was. Without those 4-for-4 QB sneaks, do we win this football game? Probably not. Especially
No.
that last one that literally won us the game,
Mhm.
which ultimately I think was the best one because if you're the Eagles, that's probably what you're going to think. I mean, that's
Mhm.
what I'm thinking. We're down to what at that point. Trace or Elijah Mitchell came back in the game because it was like, look, Elijah, we need you. You know, that's what that was. So I mean, I'm assuming if I'm the Eagles, and so that's obviously the most difficult one, and that was the most important one, and Jimmy got it done. And so ultimately, you could say, well, why do his teammates follow it? Because Jimmy gets it done. Um,
Yeah.
Ultimately, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about this man right now. My Kittle Corn MVP, offensive MVP of the week,
Debo.
and that is Mr. Debo Samuel, 93 in 6 catches, 93 yards. Is just a beast. That throw, that catch, the between two defenders, to really jump start that drive towards the end of the first half. I mean, obviously, I don't want to be that crazy week 2, overreaction, but were we all wrong? Is Debo Samuel the best wide receiver on this team? I mean,
He's leading the league in receiving yards right now.
I mean, look, I say this game. I say let us go into this game, or I say let us go into the bye week. I'd be more
Okay.
comfortable seeing that. I have a feeling that BA is going to be needed the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Look, in order to beat the Whackers, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals, we're going to need full capacity.
Mhm.
Especially considering how banged up we are at running back at this time.
Mhm.
So we're going to need Brandon Ayuk. We're going to need George Kittle. We're going to
Mhm.
need Debo.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I have to give props to the man. I wasn't as high on Debo, and he came in on a mission. He definitely, and that's what fires me up the most about it, is that Debo was challenged. He
Mhm.
was called out. He was, hey, look, what is your career going to be, Debo? And you know what? He responded, and he can't respond a better way than this, in my personal opinion.
He's doing.
Uh,
He's really proving himself right now. Honestly, like we all were super hyped on Brandon Ayuk, and then like because Debo had all his injuries, and I think we all were kind of like Debo. If he comes in and he does good, then that's fine. That's great. But if he gets injured, at least we have Brandon. But like now that Debo's here, and I think we all forgot how like good Debo was that first year, and
mhm.
he's doing really good. He's that that catch long catch near the end of the first half reminded me a lot of his touchdown against the Packers in 2019 at the home game. It reminded me a little bit. He's so good on those slant routes. He's
He's a
nasty.
slant. He's a slant god. He's a slant
Yeah.
god. I mean, that's just. Yeah, I agree with you, Jamie. I think I said it after week 1, if I'm not mistaken, on our review show. But I do think we really kind of forgot how good Debo really was. Like, I mean, he's a legit receiver. Um, I didn't really think of any real. honorable mentions. I mean, maybe lightweight George Kittle. Yeah, obviously 4 catches, 17 yards. Um, but to me, this is why I get so mad when people disrespect George Kittle. Is because if you look at the Jawan Jennings touchdown, three
Yeah.
Eagle defenders literally followed George Kittle and left. And so I'm like, what do you want the man to do? I mean, what is because I guarantee you, if Jimmy would have forced that ball into George Kittle, everybody would have lynched him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They would have
Because they've been like,
crucified
why
him.
didn't he? Why did they? He throw to Juwan Jennings. Juwan
He
was
was
wide
wide
open. There's
open.
nobody there.
Exactly. So plus also, man, I want to make some type of shirt that has George Kittle serving pancakes and some type of thing with that and everything like that. 'Cause, I mean, the man serving pancakes for breakfast every Sunday morning this season. Um, and it's just, man, I got some t-shirt ideas, y'all, that y'all are definitely gonna like. Coming up here pretty quick, but also I think that it was very clear, especially this week, that we needed him as a blocker. He was in there
Yeah.
chipping a lot, and with the Eagles D line, it was definitely another honorable mention. I'm not going to say MVP, offensive MVP of the week, status, but the much maligned, as much shit as we talked about him last year, we have to praise him this year, and that's Mike McGlinchey. Only
He's
two,
doing
pre-
good.
only two pressures given up all year. You know, I said that Mike McGlinchey needed to get off to a good game, and I wanted to run the football to get him going and everything like that because yes, Sunday had a potential to get really rough for him
Hmm.
because we all know Mike can get in his head.
Hmm.
And if he had a rough start to the game, that had the potential to get him in his head. So, definitely only two pressures given up in two games. Um, Tip my cap, Mr. Big shout out to Mr. Mike McGlinchey. And the O line, in total, I believe it was something like only 7 pressures
They
given
haven't given
up.
up a sack yet, and like the limiting the pressures. Even though Jimmy looked rattled with that Eagles line D line coming at him, I don't think he didn't get sacked the whole game. I don't think.
You know what? Also, I think I haven't heard talk about on podcasts and everything like that is, I wonder if not playing with any fans or any, real aspect of playing in an actual, let's be real, a real stadium with a real amount of fans and everything like that. If only almost that beginning of the game was just like a shock to the system. After because you can play speakers all you want or anything like that. Look, Philadelphia is a notorious stadium.
Hmm.
And so I almost wonder if that was a culture shock. Of just kind of going from 30 all the way to 100.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's be real. Yeah, it was a dome and all that, but I mean, the Lions fans and Ford Field can't hold a candlestick to Philadelphia. I mean, they can't even hold their jock strap as far as loudness and craziness and raucous stadium. Um, let's see, Jason, 84 effective on passing downs. Hey, can't knock it, can't knock it. Um, all right, we're gonna move on. Get into, you know what? Let's go ahead and take our break real quick,
Okay.
and then on Twitch, and for those who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, you'll have to bear with us for let me see. Yeah, okay, we started, so we got 3 minutes.
Cool.
So we're gonna chill for a couple minutes. Wanted to show everybody this.
Okay.
Make sure to get your "I can't keep calm because it's football day" T-shirt.
Nice.
Since Jamie hooked it up right now, go ahead and use the promo code Jamie as well to save 10%, and Jamie will go ahead and make a commission off of that because she did us a huge favor today. Um, it's probably my girl watching on Twitch. My girl likes to watch on Twitch, but we got 3 viewers on Facebook. Oh, I didn't get us the numbers for the show. I'll get us the numbers for the show last week and everything.
Okay.
Hey, hey, Jason, are you watching on Twitch or Facebook?
I think he's on
Uh,
Facebook.
okay, he's on Facebook.
Pretty sure.
Um, let me see. He'll comment in a few minutes or a few moments. Um, yeah, okay, yeah, he is on Facebook. I see the comments. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, cool. Yeah, then it is probably my girl watching on Twitch. I'll have to ask her if they show the ads. Um, actually nervous. This manager's supposed to call me for. I might be working at a pizza place too.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, getting a little getting a little part-time hours, and then with that DoorDash, we should get your boy into an apartment here pretty quick.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. And sell more T-shirts. Let's go. Ads are for non-subscribers. Yeah, I
Ah,
know. I mean, if somebody's gonna subscribe to our channel, we want to reward them for doing so.
yeah. Today is my day off. That's why I was able to pop on.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Hmm.
Well, then definitely use the promo code Jamie for having her hop um, on her day off. I'm pretty sure you don't get many of those.
Not really. I get two at the most right now, which is basically like Mondays and Tuesdays right now, and working full time basically.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's been good. It's been good. Just busy.
I guess we're back from ads. I don't know. Um, so I'll have to ask my girl if she saw the ads. But anyway,
Hmm.
so coming back, let's go ahead and we'll get into the last little thing that we got, and that is our Bam Bam MVP of the week, Mr. Diamador Lenore. Um, I liked Demo's game this week. And the reason I like Demo game, everybody's gonna be, oh well, Jimmy Ward, Jaquaski Tart. Hey, big shout out to Jaquaski Tart for saving that touchdown. That pretty much probably saved the ball game. Looking back, so big honorable mention to Jaquaski Tart and Jimmy Ward. But
Hmm.
the thing I liked about Diamador Lenore is, especially on Lockdown 49ers podcast with Eric Crocker and Brian Peacock, Eric Crocker has been saying that he doesn't think Diamador Lenore has a long speed. Now, I think he'd have been just fine if he didn't stumble. I think that he would have at least been in position to contest that ball. But
Hmm.
ultimately, the thing I loved about it the most, and as you see as we pop this back up, 5 tackles, 3 passes fenced, is he clearly didn't go into the he didn't become a turtle after that. And like Shanahan said, he didn't play 100 yards off of the line of scrimmage. He was clearly in there, physical, still aggressive, and had a rubber ass and bounce back.
Hmm.
That's really what encouraged me about Diamador Lenore. Obviously, I think eventually next year he'll be a replacement to K1, which
Mm. Okay.
okay, fine, okay, awesome, fine, cool. We got an outside corner, a nickel back that has some experience at outside corner and that can play outside corner well in a pinch. Awesome, dope, sweet. We
Hmm.
hit on another fifth round pick, but I would definitely say, look, is Demo going to be a shutdown number one corner? Freaking Jalen Ramsey? Probably not. But is he
Hmm.
a good top 15, top 10 corner potentially? Yes. And you know what? Getting that out of the fifth round, I don't think is bad at all.
We do well in the 5th round. We find
Mhm.
those players that I don't know where they find them, but because he's really like our late round picks, that's where we find our guys. So it's interesting. But no, he's been really good. I really feel like he's encouraged people because like we've really been needing to hit on a corner. And he's really shown up. Pretty much
Right.
since like training camp. He's really showed
So
out.
it's funny because if you look at the 2019 or the 2017 draft and the 2020 draft, it's picks that fifth round or later that are pretty much making those drafts not a wash right now. George Kittle, DJ Jones in 2017. Pretty much
Mhm.
every other draft pick on the from that draft ain't even on the team anymore.
Yeah.
And then in 2021, literally the only pick that's contributing significantly at this point in the season is the Amador Lenore.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Talanoa Hufanga is playing some special teams and has taken some snaps from defense. But really, I mean, you're Trey Lance is your backup quarterback, which is fine. He'll see some snaps this year. But you're getting nothing from Aaron Banks, who was a scratch, and Trey Sermon literally has played one snap and got hurt. So
Yeah.
besides that, you're literally and Ambry Thomas was a healthy scratch.
Hmm.
So literally, the only contribution you're getting from the this year's draft class is the Amador Lenore. Definitely not something that you saw coming into the season. But
Mm-mm.
we'll go ahead and we'll let you enjoy the rest of your off day, love. Any final thoughts on this game?
Uh, no, not really. It was very much more of a defensive game that I think everybody was anticipating. Um, that we got the win. It wasn't pretty. Got the win. I'm just looking forward to Green Bay this weekend. Sunday Night Football. Hopefully the offense bounces back a little bit. We have a better offensive performance because we're gonna need it against Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much my thoughts.
Are you going to be working this Sunday night?
Yes,
Okay.
unfortunately, I start in the afternoon, so unless I get off a little bit early, I might be able to catch the end. But yeah, I'll be working.
All right.
So
Never mind. All right. Well, thank you for hopping in, love, and saving our ass yet again. Oh shit! I hella kicked her off early. My bad. Um, you can go ahead, or you know what? Stay on. I'm gonna holler at you about something, Jamie. But all right, y'all. Let me see. We got this single this week. Oh yeah, single this week can't be married to cheeseheads when we play them. And yeah, no, I feel that, Jason. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get up out of here. But before we do, thank you for listening to the end of the show. As promised, this week's promo for 10% off of For the Faithful by the Faithful shirts is Cheese Grater. That is CheeseGrater. The 10% excludes any sale items. Code will be valid through September 26, 2021. Make sure to go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Get your officially licensed Niner gear by using our affiliate link. You save 10%, and it helps out the show. The link will be available in the video description or podcast description. Go to NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can subscribe to the show. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio and at Niner Faithful R on Twitter. Thanks so much. See y'all Friday for Niner Faithful Radio preview. Till then, faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners. Exclusive live stream at twitch.tv/. Oh yeah. Also, before we go, I just want to say one thing. This is how many wins my team's got. Get the hell up out of here. Go Niners, baby. A dub's a dub.
All right.